Hi, Gabriel here from the New York City Guitar School, and I'm here today with a quick lesson about shell-voiced chords. These chords are basically larger chord voicings, like a 7 chord or a 6 chord, something like that, reduced down to 2 or 3 notes. So I'll just play a quick example of what they're going to sound like, and then we'll get into it. That was a little bit of I got rhythm. Now, let's talk a bit about these chord shapes. So what's going on here? We're using the 6th string to play our root note typically, and our 4th and 3rd string are playing the color tones or the chord tones. So let's get into it. What are we using? Now, if we think about a chord voicing, there is a certain hierarchy in terms of the notes that are important. We need certain notes within a chord for us to actually know what's going on, for us to hear what chord type, what quality is happening, be it major, minor, or dominant. Now let's look at an example. This is a B flat 6 chord. In this chord here we have the notes B flat, D, F, G. But if we're playing it in a shell voicing, we just have the notes B flat, G, and D. Now what are those notes? We have our root note is the B flat, the D is our 3rd, and our G is our 6th, making it a B flat 6 chord. So the two most important notes are going to be your 3rd and then either a 6 or a 7. The reason for that is those two notes, the 3rd and the 7, or the 3rd and the 6, are going to tell you the quality of the chord. Is it a major chord? Is it a minor chord? Is it a dominant chord? Or is it a major 7 voicing? So let's take our B flat voicing and let's see how we can look at the different variations. So here, B flat to D, that's a major 3rd. If we were to make it a minor 3rd by flattening that D to a D flat, if I play the G with that, that gives us a B flat minor 6 chord. Because we still have the 6, and we have the flattened 3rd. This is a really cool chord voicing. You hear it a lot in those kinds of like voice leading examples. Like My Funny Valentine's a really good example of that. However, we want to see what happens if we use the 7. So if it's a major chord, let's go back to our major chord, our B flat and our D major. In a B flat major 7 chord, our 7 would be a natural, so we would have this voicing here. And that's a really pretty chord voicing to use. How about B flat 7? Our A would become an A flat. And finally the B flat minor, we can flatten our 3rd. And really that's all there is to it if we're talking about a shell voicing with the root as your 6th string. You have your 6th chord, you have your minor 6, you have your major 7, you have your dominant 7, and your minor 7. Okay, but what about inversions? So inverting the chords, there's not too much that goes into it. All we're really going to do is we're going to just think about what note is on the bottom. So let's take our voicing here. What's nice is our 6th chord voicing is actually also a 1st inversion, minor 7. So in this case, you can think of your 6th chord being a minor 3rd above its relative minor. So a G minor 7 would be the same as a B flat 6 chord. Okay, cool. So let's think about the additional inversion shape. So we have our 6th chord and the minor 7 chord being inversions of each other. Now there is another inversion that we can build for this. So we have root in the bottom, 3rd in the bottom, 5th in the bottom would be the next one. Putting our D in the bottom, that would give us our 2nd inversion, G minor 7. And here we would have F giving us the minor 7 of the G, our B flat giving us the third, and the D giving us our fifth. Handily, again, we know that this is also an inversion of our B flat major chord, because actually we have the notes here, third, the D being the third of the B flat chord, our B flat there on the fourth string, and our fifth on the third string. Great, okay. It depends how you visualize it. You can think of it as your minor chord, like that, or you can think of it as your first inversion major. Okay, so we've done our major 7, our major 6, and our minor 7, and that relationship. How about the 7 voicing? So we have our B flat 7 chord here, and let's see how we would invert that. The one I typically always gravitate towards would be with the fifth in the bass. So that's the first one that I have really internalized. That's a useful one to know as well. So this would be here. We'd have our F in the bass, our third on the fourth string, our D there, and our flat 7 on the third string. Of course, there is a inversion with a third in the bass. Honestly, I just use this shape with as a triad, the B flat triad there. The open voice triad. And it sounds really good. Okay, so that kind of covers all the voicings. Your minor and your major 6 kind of the same. Now, again, that doesn't cover the major 7 voicings. So let's think about what happens with the major 7. The major 7 is basically, again, bringing in that first inversion, like so. I guess we could play a fifth here in the bottom. Yeah, this would be the shape I use. So I would have my fifth in the bit in the bass, my third on the fourth string, and my major 7 on the third string. Again, using that major triad as my passing, my first inversion, back down. And they're the 3 shapes I commonly use for the major 7. Now, hopefully this video was useful. I was just trying to give you a quick introduction into shell-voiced chords. Let me know if you have any questions about this. I was pretty vague about the construction, but it's something that is useful to experiment with and see what you can find. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you've got any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell icon to receive notifications, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.